Hi, I'm Brett Parker, multimedia specialist for snack food and wholesale bakery. And today we're focusing on Doritos, who've recently hosted Doritos Loaded Week, a food festival where consumers are encouraged to pour Doritos all over various dishes provided by various food vendors. Here to discuss this is Kyle Gore, Vice President of PepsiCo Global Foods for Doritos and Cheetos. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
Brett, appreciate you having me.
So, can you tell us the initial inspiration behind the formation of Doritos Loaded Week?
Yeah, Doritos Loaded has been a proposition for the last 2 years that we have kind of picked up from, our consumers online. We were seeing a ton of behavior with consumers taking our bags of product, filling it up with all sorts of amazing ingredients, filming it and pushing it out there in the world. And we said, hey, if consumers are already doing this, let's help them do it even more. And our team in the UK decided to take it to the next level, and really bring all different sets of creators and different vendors together to really make an amazing opportunity. We had seen this trend of kind of bring your own bag, where consumers in the US, consumers in Saudi Arabia, consumers in Europe were actually showing up at restaurants with the bags and saying, hey, put your taco meat into it, or put pizza toppings in it, or go to the kebab shack and fill it up with shawarma and the veggies and having these amazing dishes. So we just wanted to help highlight that opportunity and bring it to the world.
So, then bringing Doritos to the restaurant, is that an example of the snack hacks that inspired this initiative?
100%. Right? I think what we were seeing is consumers that go find a bag of chips, walk into the store, cut the top, and fill it up. It's another way to consume our product, right? We've seen, across the world, snacking behavior is becoming meal behavior at the same time, and Doritos plays a critical part in that, and becomes a really fun part of it, and a different way to change up your snacking behavior and use Doritos as a way to deliver a unique and bold experience at the same time.
So, snack hacks are something organic that was started by the consumers online.
100%. Right. We've seen this particularly in the last, I'll call it 18 months. You've seen this online really become a growing behavior, whether it be through food trucks, or even independent retailers. We've started to see this become something that consumers are doing, filling it up with all sorts of amazing dishes. And Doritos plays a really cool base with the bold flavors and a bold crunch to deliver, new and unique experiences on your kind of global favorites.
What are the most creative ways you've seen Doritos show up in loaded dishes among consumers?
Yeah, the most creative and the one that people always get most surprised by is putting ice cream with Doritos. Right? We actually saw it, in London during Loaded Week. One of the vendors actually created a cheese flavored ice cream, and put it on to the Doritos chips with all sorts of other toppings, chocolates and marshmallows and caramel. And it sounds a little bit crazy, but I promise you, if you try it, the inherent sweetness of the corn and Doritos gets amplified with sweet on top of it. So that's a really, really interesting one. Another one I've seen, that we actually had a vendor in the UK do as well, was a chili sweet crab, right? So think about kind of a Southeast Asian dish. Absolutely amazing. The sweetness of the crab and the sauce, along with the crisp of the veggie on it, actually becomes a really, really exciting and unique meal that I never in a million years would have imagined somebody would have eaten with Doritos. But they continue to surprise us, right? Across the world, we continue to see new and unique uses of Doritos in this type of a hack.
What has Doritos Loaded Week taught you about cultural trends among consumers?
I think putting the fans and the consumers at the center of your strategy is always a winning proposition, right? If you just continue to listen to them, follow what they're doing, understanding it, I think it's absolutely amazing the power of social media and the positive manner in which it's being used, finding new and creative ways. It's giving us a refreshed view of our brand, right? That it's not just a snack that had become a meal, right? It's not just something you put on the side of a meal, but can be the center of it. I think it's incredibly interesting the power of social media, the power of creators, and the influence that they can have and their inherent creativity. I think we've just scratched the surface in the potential here and excited. There's tons of opportunity of where we could go.
Well, if a snack brand wanted to initiate their own large-scale consumer activation, what advice would you give to them?
I think number one is listening to the fans, right? Watch how they are talking about your brand, how they're talking about the product, what they're doing with it, right? We like to pride ourselves within the Doritos brand of talking, we want to do more than we say. And that's really about kind of following where the consumer is. I think that's number one. Number two, it's around, hey, finding who the best partners to bring this to life. Credit to our UK sales team, found over 100 vendors that were open and willing to partner with us on this really exciting journey. And it was a mutual exchange, right? Hey, if you're willing to participate in this, we're going to give you the social media and the traffic and the excitement. That creates a really, really interesting partnership. And the best part about Loaded Week is it's not done, right? Like, we're continuing to see those products. Consumers are coming in to try it. Now, a lot of these vendors are keeping Doritos at the store itself and have made these menu items for them. And that's what's most exciting for us, is that it's not just a trend. We believe it has the potential to be something sound. And so it's listen to your consumers, find the right partners, and take a risk. It would be the things I would advocate for.
How does this initiative connect with a longer-term vision for Doritos and the culinary space in general?
No, I appreciate that. I think we're on a journey to connect more deeply with how people experience food. Food is more than fuel. It's culture, it's emotion, it's identity, it's how consumers interact with each other. And we believe there's a tremendous opportunity with our brands to think of them not just as snacks, but they are meals, right? Lay's potato chips are made with real potatoes, and Doritos is made with real corn. Like, these are real food ingredients. And, whether it's you're eating it on game day, at a concert, one of our food trucks, we want to be in places you don't traditionally think about us, right? We want to move into these meal spaces, and really deliver on these passion that consumer have, because we know food is such a critical part of who people are, how they interact in the world. We think there's a unique opportunity to stretch all of our brands into this meal space moving forward. In the social media opportunity today, it's a chance to be able to show more use cases for our products, right? It's not just the bag you grab off the shelf. It's what you do with it when you get home or when you're in a away from home retailer. And so that it's a fun opportunity for us. And one that, this, Doritos Loaded Week really helped bring to life for Doritos. But all of our PepsiCo brands are on a very similar trajectory of how we stretch them more into the meal space.
Wonderful. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Kyle, Gore, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Brett. Thank you.